single arm incline chest press. We can certainly do this with 2 arms instead of 1 at a time. I will talk you through one of the differences in the cueing for that, but everything else will largely stay the same. So you're going to use an incline bench for this. If you don't have access to an incline bench, you can certainly make a workaround, but I do think that if you can have access to one, an incline bench really does kind of work best for this. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to have our dumbbell and we have it up like so. So since we're doing this on an incline, this is kind of like a mix between shoulder and chest. The more horizontal you are, the more it's going to be pec, and the more vertical you are, the more it's going to be a little more shoulder. So just keeping in mind when you're picking what kind of incline you want to use. One of the first things we want to do when we lay down here and we've got our weight is we want to go ahead and exhale and make sure that we can kind of just feel our back sort of naturally curve into the back of the bench. If you're someone that definitely tends to live a little more out here with your pelvis dumped forward. If you already feel your back into the bench, then don't worry about trying to smush it into the bench even more. You're good. So now the next thing we're going to do, exhale, ribs down, kind of gentle posterior pelvic tilt. Make sure you get that core to come up. You can put another hand on your belly, again with all the single arm stuff. Really great time to give yourself your own feedback. You are the expert on your body, not anybody else. You can give yourself your own feedback here. So as you're pressing up, you want to exhale and you should feel your belly pull away from your hand, especially down low. So in between your hip bones, put your hand there and make sure you feel it pull away. As you come back down, you don't want to feel your belly aggressively pushing out into your hand here either. So you should feel it stay at about the same height, more or less. You may feel it come out a tiny bit, and that's okay, but you don't want to feel it like really hardening out against your hand. Our motion at our hand here, this is kind of important. So watch my hand and my wrist. I'm not coming straight out here. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a lot of strain on the shoulder, and we're just doing things that should feel really good right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our elbow and we're gonna come slightly below our shoulder. So it's not straight out here, it's slightly below the shoulder. You're gonna come down. As you come down, what I don't want to happen is this to roll forward. So we don't want to be coming down doing this right here, okay? You should let that shoulder come down, and as you should let that elbow come down, and as it does, your shoulder stays open, 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 open. Okay, keep it open right here. Don't close that space. Then you're gonna press up. As you press up, you've got to come back towards your midline slightly. So your thumb should be right in between your boobs at the end of this rep. You don't want your thumb outside of your boobs, okay? That means you need to move your hand in some. So your hand's gonna be outside of your rib cage first, and then you're gonna look for that thumb, again, to be right in between your chest. And then you'll come back down, shoulder stays open, exhale, come back up. Now, if you're doing one arm, your other hand is gonna go out to the side, and you're just gonna make a fist like this. So make a fist, contract your bicep, contract your tricep. It is going to give you tension so that you're not gonna be wobbling side to side. If you're doing this with 2 arms, you're obviously not gonna have another hand out to the side. You're just gonna come down and come back up, but literally everything else will stay the same. Now, one added little piece that we're gonna do with 2 and 1 arm, doesn't matter, is that in the top, I want you to get a tiny reach. So as we're coming up and out of that press, what I want to see is you come down, exhale up, and then I can stop here, or I can get a tiny reach. This tiny reach works my serratus anterior, and it's a great way just to add a little bit more to this movement, because that serratus anterior is really, really important. It's an important muscle for us during respiration, and everybody needs more work on their serratus anterior. So that is your incline chest press, and I'll see you in the next video.